We're live.
We're live. Yay. Good.
This is a very long overdue, and I'm so happy we are doing this. Thank you so much for agreeing to joining me today. I know it's Ramadan, it's Friday, there's a lot going on, but I'm really, really to join me today, and I am looking forward to this session. I think it's going to be a great session. Um, so, um, good afternoon, everyone. I'm happy you're joining us today. Happy Ramadan for the ones that we didn't meet before. Thank you for joining us today. Today, I have a very special guest with me. She is you cannot ignore her energy. Like whenever you meet her, whenever you cross paths with her, you will definitely be struck by her energy. She has an amazing energy, amazing smile, amazing character, and the best
I
person
can
for
go
us
now. That's enough for me.
to
I'm done. Okay.
about, about communication. So this is the second episode that we are dedicating it to women and International Women Day. And today we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. Shireen is gonna talk to us about communication and how we as women communicate at the workspace. How can we present ourselves? But Shireen, welcome again, and let's start by telling people who are joining us today who you are, what you do, and what your background.
Well, hello. Thank you so much, Razan. You don't know how much I'm excited to be here, and thank you for this great opportunity. This is such a great topic to talk about, and it's my favorite actually to talk about communication and to talk how to empower the woman. And it's March. We need to talk about this, but every day is our day. It's our day. It's not only about March. So I would love to participate and do something in this regards, empower the women because they don't know how powerful they are. And this is what I always try to make a point. Ladies, you are stronger than what you think. Maybe you didn't had any conflicts or something that show you how you will react very powerful, but you are stronger than what you think. So let me introduce myself first before we go into our topic. My name is Shireen Hassan. I'm petroleum engineer, basically, and I have a business master degree. I have a professional diploma in marketing from UK Chartered Institute of Marketing, and recently I joined the University of Peace to study a professional diploma in human rights. And I'm a woman of a beautiful two kids. My daughter Noor, she's 18 years old, and Sadiq is 9 years old. And yeah, this is me. And currently, I'm doing the communication for the Middle East in Japan Tobacco International. It's a JTI company. It's a new role for me. I started 2 months back, and I'm so excited about it. And it's amazing. So let's go. I can't hear you, Razan. Razan, I can't hear you. I can't hear
Okay,
you.
I muted myself.
Yeah.
So Shireen, can you hear me now? Okay,
Yes,
great.
yes.
So there's a lot to unpack here, but I want to start with the fact that you studied petroleum engineer
Mhm.
and you end up in marketing and communication, right?
Yes. Yes.
And this is actually, I think, a situation a lot of people find themselves in it, where they
Yes.
studied something, but what they like and what their passion is something completely different. So I want you to start by telling us, first of all, why did you went and studied petroleum engineer? And how was the shift? Why did you decide to do the shift? What made you decide, you know what? I'm shifting. I'm moving to communication and in other direction.
Well, this is a very long story. I'll try to make it short. But well, why did I study petroleum engineering? Because I got high degrees, high grades. This is the only reason at that time. I got a very high grades. So instead of doing my going following my passion of studying, I wanted to study interior design or something below, something related to the arts. And then when I look at my grades and it's like 90 something, why shall I go to engineering? And then I can do the arts as a hobby. So I went and I studied petroleum engineering 5 years. And let me tell you something. Maybe I have recently, I mean, few years back, figured out that this was because at a certain point you think it was a mistake that you wasted 5 years studying engineering, but it's not at all. Actually, it helped me a lot that to have the mindset of an engineer and then become a marketing. So your vision and your views of things are completely different. You have the analytical, you can analyze, you can think in a different way. With numbers, you will think of many engineering perspective, and then when you mix them with the creativity, when you mix them with the marketing, your passion, your colors, and everything, it became a logical art, something unique, something different. And so I'm enjoying it. I don't think, yes, I moved, but I'm enjoying having these two completely different lines. And how did I make the decision? Actually, it wasn't, it took me a very long time to take the decision to move. As a petroleum engineer in my country, it was not easy for me to work there as a petroleum engineer, as a female petroleum engineer, because most of the petroleum field are in red zone areas, so they don't prefer to send women there. So I tried many times. I tried for 2 or 3 years. I went to Qatar and I also tried there, but also I faced the same issue. It's not easy to accept women in petroleum engineering. So from that on, I said I will not stay at home. I have to do something. I cannot stay. So I start applying for anything, you know, anything, any vacancy, like if there's secretary position, or if there is anything with admin, I just go and I apply. And I remember that I went to Qatar Airways and I applied for a position. It was an admin assistant, something like that. And when they look at the certificates, it's like, you are an engineer. Why do you want to? I said I want to start something. Just let me start, and I can prove myself. I know that I don't have a background, but I can prove myself. I started, and within 3 years, I became regional sales coordinator in Qatar Airways, starting from admin assistant, and then became a senior customer service agent, and then became a regional sales coordinator for Middle East and Africa. So there's nothing impossible. Nothing impossible. You can do it. If you decide to do something, you can do it. It's not easy. It will be, it will take a lot of your efforts. You will think a lot, but you can do it. If you decide it, you can do it. And then from that point of view, I decided to go more into business, studying the marketing. I was thinking, because I love the arts, and I was thinking how to put arts in a business way. So I made my business, my MBA in Sudan. I went to the marketing agencies. I learned a lot from the marketing. I learned a lot from being in both sides, as a service provider and as a client. And from that on, I just continued. And communication is a part of every step on my journey, by the way, because without communication, I wouldn't have delivered my capabilities of doing something that does not belongs to me. But I could prove myself. I could grab the chance. Yes, I am not businesswoman, or I didn't study business. I am an engineer, but I can do it, and I proved it. So communication helped me in each part of my journey to prove that I can do the thing, and I did it. Otherwise, if I couldn't communicate, I would be just disregarded. She's not our criteria. She doesn't belong to us. But with my communication, I could make the point that I can do the things. So yeah.
I love that. I love it because it says a lot. There's a lot to take away from this. I think a lot of people in Sudan and otherwise, they end up studying certain professions just because of the Shahada degree,
Yes.
or because you kind of conditioned
Yes.
when you're kids that you're the first on the class or the second on the class, so you
Yes.
have to be a doctor or you have to be an
Or
engineer.
engineer. Yes. Yes.
And I think kind of, yeah, a lot of people when they actually graduate, or even when they are actually go to that college, they kind of realize like this is not really me. Or some people
Yes.
actually love it, but when they graduate, they kind of face the reality that there is certain jobs that unfortunately it's not that it's not for women or it's not for men, but unfortunately that because of a certain condition women cannot
Yes.
be work on the field or whatever, and I think that's
Yes.
create a lot of struggle.
Yes.
I like the message you're sending is like you don't need to give up and you need to get down off the horse, and think, okay, I'm too good to be an admin, or I'm too good to be a secretary, or I'm too good to start from scratch. And I think a lot of people waste years trying to make it work while there's nothing to salvage
Yes.
there. So
Yes.
I love that because I know a lot of people struggle with this. I got a lot of questions from people saying, I love this one, but I'm working on this, but I love this. What do I do? What There's always kind
It's
of this
very
question.
difficult to
And I
answer
also
this
like
question.
it take time. It take time.
Yes.
Cool.
Takes
So
time.
you said communication was kind of an important instrument in everything that you do. And when we
Yes.
use the word communication, it's kind of like it's a big word. It's a long word and it's a big word. Yeah. There's a lot goes under communication. So help us unpack it. When we say communication, what do you mean? Like, what are the main things that this word kind of um, indicate? Like, what communication is for you as a student?
Okay. I will come up something with something for this question right now, but a simple
Yeah.
word, a simple word for communication is delivery. Are you able to deliver what's in your mind? Are you able to deliver what's in your heart? Depend on the situation and depend on the place. Where are you? Where exactly? Is it in a professional way? Are you communicating, delivering what's in your mind, your capabilities, your qualities, what you can do? Are you making them seeing this or not? And if we are talking on leadership level, are you delivering your objectives, your goals, everything to your audience, which is your who are the your employees, your internal customer? We call them in marketing sometimes. Do you deliver what's in your mind or not? Because if you are unable to deliver and build this channel between your head and your audience, then we will be working in silos. In everyone is just doing his work, doing his task. There will be nothing, no unified goal. So communication is exactly, I describe it as a tool or the channel between the decision maker and the employees. If there is no channel, people will work in islands. They will not be one goal. They won't be. They will just do their work, and this is, we don't want this in our sorry, we don't want this in our environment. We want all the people have the same passion to approach and to reach that goal. But how you can do it? Through the communication. I mean, you need to communicate, you need to deliver this to the people. So simply, I deliver. It's a two-way channel: delivering and taking, listening to the people. It's not a one way. It's not about only delivering and taking and listening as well. Receiving, deliver and receive. If you are good, if you are delivering well, it and you are receiving as well very well, you will create a very strong bond between you and your teams.
I love the description. I love the word delivery, because, and I love what you said about being a good communicator is about being able to deliver what is in your mind and it's in your heart. Definitely
Yes.
depend on the situation, because sometimes people don't need to hear what we have in our mind, right?
I'm good
We
in the
can
mind, in the heart, not really.
that shouldn't go out of here.
I'm good in the mind
Yeah,
one.
that shouldn't go out of there.
Yeah.
But I like that, and I think that takes me to, maybe we go deeper there. There is a lot of people who feel afraid of saying things or speaking. They are afraid of being looked at as not good enough or not smart enough. What the hell are you saying? Or they get intimidated in certain rooms, or there's a lot goes into that. Um,
Mhm.
I wanna, before we go into that, I wanna maybe, what is not communication? Like, what what are the things that people think this is a communication, but it's actually not, a misconception about communication? What do you think people wrongly understand about communication?
Well, let me be honest with you, Razan. I'm against putting the communication in a frame. For
Okay,
me,
okay,
yes. For me, communication is everything related to not one part. I mean, it's when there are many people are involved in the thing, like the corporate or whatever the situation is. Communication is what creates the thing between them. I mean, what creates the objective, what creates the environment. Communication is everything related to this body. It's like now we are doing
okay.
communication, right?
Yeah,
Now we
sure.
are doing communication. If we are not speaking, if we are not communicate delivering, what will happen? Nothing. So there's
Okay,
no frame for the communication. It's like it is the thing, it's everything. Without the communication, without talking, without taking, without discussing, without delivering, without presenting all these things, nothing will happen. No change. I mean, things might be steady, but if you want to develop yourself, if you want to grow in your career, then you have to strengthen this way of communicating yourself, of listening, of it's a big thing. I cannot, I'm against putting it in a word, Razan. It's a very huge thing. I see the life. Communication is the life. It's everything.
I love that. I think it is, because we do, it's the way that we connect with others, whether at work,
Exactly.
whether it's alive in our thing. But let's kind of take it into the works thing, because it's very like, okay, let me go one step back. Imagine I am a fresh graduate. It's someone who just joined the corporate world or the startup world. And
Mhm.
first advice, you need to work on your communication skills, right?
Mhm.
What
Mhm.
I wanted to kind of narrow it down is, when we say to that person, you need to work on your communication skills, what are we talking about? Are we talking about writing emails? Are we talking about presentation? Are we talking about just dealing with people every day at the workplace?
Everything.
Like, what are we talking about, so that person can at least know from where do they start?
Everything.
Everything.
Everything you said is a channel of a communication. It's a
Okay.
channel. Emails are a channel of communication. Presentation are a channel of communication. Conversations, talking to your colleagues, being with them, these are channels, different channels of communication. We cannot say that this is communication but this is not communication. No, it's just a
Okay.
different challenge of delivering and receiving between two people. it's the connection. So we cannot say that this is communication and this is not. You need to work on all of them. You need to know how to express yourself. You need to know how to put your ideas in a different way, different situation. Like you might need to use the email to describe in details what is your plan, what do you need to do, what is, or something about your project. Or no, you need to show a part of yourself to certain people that matters, to show them this thing. Then you will pick the right time to speak or to put it in a good conversation, to put it. So it's a channels of communication. And when we talk about strengthening your communication, is to know what to use and when, which channel is the best, and when to
Okay.
use this channel.
I love that. So let's talk about women in communication, because and let's talk specifically corporate or work environment. There's a lot
Mhm.
that we as women kind of struggle with, or it challenges at the workplace, right?
Yep.
Sometimes we feel unheard, sometimes we feel under and like understood, like people do not actually understand us, and where we misunderstood. That's the word I'm
Yes.
looking.
Yeah.
And some people really find it difficult to develop their voice and speak up at the workplace, right?
Hmm.
As a
Hmm.
start, I want your take on why do you think we struggle with that? But I also want to hear about what do you think we should do in order to be able to overcome that challenge?
Hmm. Okay. The first point, which is why do we feel this way? Because we are, I would say that we are very emotional creatures. We are so sensitive. We are, we we need to work out on this part a lot to, to balance it at the workplace. uh, that's why here is the control. Yes, you can use your sense, your emotions in an intelligent way instead of being hurted or feel that you are not heard. No, you can have both, but you need to work on a very important thing: your confidence. This is
Okay.
something.
That's a hot
Yes,
topic.
it is the this is the thing, Razan. If you are not confident, nothing will happen, especially when the communication needs a confident person. So the first thing you need to work to be able to communicate is to be confident. Work on your confidence separately. Forget about the workplace. There's a lot, the good news that everything can be learned nowadays. Everything. You can find a lot of sources to how to build up your confidence, what is the right way to present yourself, because presence is very important when you want to talk, when you need to show the confidence. And I always say, I mean, even to my teams when we talk, it's not, when we have some catch ups and chats, like, even if you are not confident, fake it, stand as a confident. Slowly you will embrace this confidence and you will feel it's part of you. Believe me. And I gave one time I wrote something about you cannot you can simply show this confidence. And by showing it, fake it till you make it. That's what we say. Yeah, you need to show confidence, otherwise you might not be heard. But this is not only for women, for men and women, both, for both genders. If you are not confident enough, you will not be heard. People love to listen and give time to confident people. So the key thing, the key trait that belongs to communication and
To
leadership is,
communication and leadership is,
and that's the
I
on-
love
the
that.
only
And I think
advice I
and
will
that's
give.
the only
you nail you hit the nail on the head, as they say. I think a lot of us kind of, when we find ourselves not using and exercising our voice is because we lack confidence at a certain stage. Um, so I know you said there's a lot of tools out there for people to learn how to build their confidence. I think for me, the first thing, if you're not confident, you need to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself a very honest question. Where is that lack of confidence comes from? Did
Mhm.
you had something when you were young? Do you have a trauma? Did you being told you're not good enough? Like, I think that conversation is the first conversation, and then you can start to do that.
Very true. Yes, true.
But Shireen, give us one tip. I have a meeting now. I'm jumping into a meeting. I want to speak up, and I want a quick tip that would give me confidence. What would I do?
Come again. Sorry, the line is breaking. Can you? What
I
did?
said, I'm going to a meeting. I have something to
Uh-huh.
present, and I want it
Uh-huh.
like a cheat sheet quickly.
Okay, teach it. Be ready. Be ready. Be ready. Study very well for this meeting. Prepare your things. Write down. I use the paper and the pen all the time. Write down whatever you need to be ready and makes you ready at that meeting and make you feel comfortable that you know what you are talking about. You are not just going to talk about something. No, you are there to put points. You know what you are talking about. This is the first thing. You need to be ready. You need to study very well for the thing you are preparing to. Okay. The second thing is the appearance. You need to look calm. You need to your voice, the way you look before you present your thing. If it's I would recommend to listen carefully, be quiet, be a good listener. So this will make you build the foundation for your conversation. Then you will know where to lead your presentation when you listen first to people, you will get to know what do they want to hear before you start speaking. So being a confident person is it can be, I'm not saying it's difficult, but when you be ready for what you are going to present, this is a 80% of the confidence, because you know what you are going to talk about. You will not feel like lost when they ask about something. You will not feel like you know your points, you know very well what you're talking about. That this is a very big part of confidence. Study well, dress well, talk with a voice, calm voice, and stand well, and you will completely be listened to.
I love that. So I think being ready and being prepared, and I think you mentioned something very important: how you carry yourself at the workplace. How do you dress up? How do you stand? How do you talk? I think it's a very important. So Shireen, the one of the things that we have an issue with is um self-promotion, right? Like, it's a lot of people tells you, like, put your head down. I think the old message was like, just do the
Mm,
work, work hard. Or self-promotion, people will think, oh, but I don't want to come across as like showy, or I'm
mm,
bragging. Like,
mm,
a lot of people do not self-promote,
mhm,
right? First of
mm,
all, tell us about why that is wrong, and how
mhm.
do Shireen promote herself?
It's my secret. She's- well, promoting yourself, it's very important because you are branding yourself. People don't know you. I don't know who's Razan unless she told me who she is. It's not something that we should be feeling shy about. No, I'm presenting myself so this person knows who's Shireen. And it happens like many times people wants to meet me for something, and before I go to meet them, I will give a brief about myself, and sometimes I would send a background about myself before he comes and talk to me, because he needs to know to whom he's talking. So the level will be very close, you know. it's important for myself before the others to show who am I. So people with the level of communication, the way of talking, and many things will be easier when they know to whom they are talking. This is one thing. The second thing, Razan, um, at the workplace, usually when we were when we started our working, I mean our career, managers are always focusing on the final results. They don't go through the deeper, like, how you reach to that, which is right, because managers and leaders, they don't have time to go, they want to see the final result. You need to show how you got to this final result in the right moment. You will not keep him while he's busy or in the meeting and telling him, I did this, I did that, and da 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 da. No. You can be smart, choose the right time to pick this guy, and I did this and I did this, and to reach to this information, I did. And then, okay, she's working hard. She's going extra miles. And it's happening. Like, I'm a kind of person that I really go extra miles on things. At the beginning, I thought, no, nobody knows about it. Then I started, no, when I want to speak about something related to work, my development, I have already documents shows my steps. What did I do to reach this point, and why do I need to be promoted or to move to another? Because I did one, two, three during this time, and then you will nail it. You need to show yourself, otherwise how you will move forward? You are like everyone else, you are all doing your work, and we are all here at workplace to do our work. But what is the difference between you and the other person? And they will not know it unless you show it, and unless you talk about it with confidence. There's a big difference between talking as a showing or it's just like show off, and between talking with confidence in the right place. I did this, and this is the result. This will be taken in consideration, not the one on the corridors, like, I did this and I did. No, I don't do this. I do this with my line managers, with the higher level. I demonstrate what I did and how I reached to that point, and then the discussions goes on. This is and you need to have numbers, you need to have results, you need to have milestones just between you and yourself. They don't have to ask you to keep this, but I always have a record. On this date, I did this, I did this, I did this, because you will need it at a later point as a showcase. From this point, I moved to this point in this timeline. So I deserve to be heard. I deserve to go an extra mile. I deserve to get something. I hope it's clear.
I love that. Yeah, it is. And I love it because I think there is so much into this. The first is definitely the confidence is the underlying everything here. But I like the fact that first of all, get the job done. Like do a good
Exactly.
job. And not only
Yes.
get the job done, get the job done, but do it really good. And then
Mm-hmm.
do not, if you already did the job and you did it well, then you need to speak about it. But you also need to be very careful of when do you speak about it, and that
Exactly.
the person is actually in a state of mind where they're going to listen to you. So at the
Exactly.
time where their priority is something else, is
Mm-hmm.
let them be with their priority, give them that job, let them go look good in front of their managers. If you made them
Yes.
look good, you will look good as well.
Yes.
And then when they are in a state of mind where they can listen to you, is
Mm-hmm.
actually you can then tell them the story of how you did it. And I love how you said it. It's tell them how did you arrive there, so they can think in the back of their mind, oh, she did this, she went effort, she thought out of the box, and she got there. Like
Exactly.
I love that. um you mentioned something very important. You mentioned that this is what you do with your manager, and this is what you do with your manager, right? And I think this is very important because to grow in the workplace is not only about your manager, it's about other people seeing you as well, senior
Yes.
manager. So when your name comes, people knows you. What
Yes.
is Shireen trick um, into reaching a higher level without offending your manager or
No.
without your boss thinking you are overstepping them? How do you do that?
No, I'll tell you something. Nowadays, the good thing about the companies and the corporate, they are encouraging the engagement between the leadership and the employees. There is a lot of good times and good opportunities for everyone to reach everyone, and especially in big corporates. You will find that there is always an open door policy. There will always some gatherings. The management are close to the employees. They understand the importance of engagement and being close to their employees to make things better. So that you will always find a way to it's not an official way. I'm not talking. It could be an official way sometimes when you want to highlight, but the official way should be with your line manager, definitely. But it also, there is a ways, and there are some gatherings, some teams, team building things where you gather with your management, where where you get the chance to show them what's in your head, or that to make them listen and see that this person is not only, no, they have the capabilities to do this and that. And it could be, by the way, some conversation that are not related to the business directly. It could be general conversations. It could be things that show your mind and your mentality and your way of thinking and consideration, your way of how do you support your colleagues, how do you love being with them, how do you love to encouraging the it could be in different way. And showing this kind of traits, it will make you under spot. When you show that you have these kind of traits, leadership traits, it is very helpful. Like, because leadership is not only about technicalities. It's not about business only. Leadership is much bigger than this. Leadership is huge thing. It's all about people understanding. It's collaboration. Leaders know the strengths of the unity. They always have a vision. They don't want to reach to a quick win, no, they want to reach there, and to reach there they will take the whole group with them. So when you start to demonstrate these traits, within your workplace, in the gatherings, and being that person, because I love to be that person. It's helped me myself, regardless of career development. But being with people, supporting them, you will find the support at any point. I was never, lack the way of reaching out and lacking information, because people are always there, because you were there for them when they ask about something. So these kind of things, when you demonstrate them during the day, I mean, keep it as a your personality at work, you will be definitely reach out without reaching out to the management. You don't have to walk in and talk about yourself. You can just try to demonstrate these traits. Be that person that people likes, people compliment, saying that he's supportive, and it will reach out. People, I mean, the higher level will know about it. They know and they see. So again, there is always a different way
I
you can
love that.
do.
And I love that that takes us.
What is it, Rizan? I can't hear.
I was saying, I love that. And I love that you kind of took us away from the top management to building that reputation for yourself. And I like this. Your reputation is your currency. Like,
Exactly.
it's not only about your manager, it's not only about your senior managers or leadership in the company, it's also about building that reputation in the company. So
Yes.
I want to go one back to something that you said when you answered the question about you mentioned that you document the stuff you're doing. And I
Mhm,
think that's
mhm,
a brilliant way of, first of all, having a very good log of what you're doing.
mhm.
And remember what you
Yeah.
have done, and then be able to like objectively kind of showcase your work.
Mhm.
And I think that's something very important. um how can we um leverage that,
Mhm.
and in a way, like I'm looking for a promotion, or I'm looking for
Mhm.
my next senior role, and
Mhm.
I want to showcase that to someone
Mhm.
other than my manager. Like I am kind of, I want to get a sponsor. I want to get someone else to know what I'm doing other than my manager. How can I do that in a way that does not again comes across as like bragging, or like how can I smartly showcase my work?
If I got you right, Razan, it depends on the situation. If you are asking for a promotion, then it's a must to show those milestones. It's not bragging. It's showing that you earn, that you need. I mean, you deserve it, and you believe that you deserve that because you can see what you have done in this period of time. So for me, it's not bragging. This is my right to ask for this thing, and this is what I always say. And guys, don't wait. Sometimes the top management, they cannot see clearly what's happening, on the other levels, or they don't see how much you put in that effort. And this is what I'm saying. So don't wait. You have to be proactive, even on getting your promotions, on getting. Don't wait. Be proactive. And this is when you will need to showcase, because when you want to stay and talk, and why I haven't been promoted so far, you will need to show them a case. I deserve this because I did this and this and this. So you need to keep this record, and this is your right to ask for recognition. It's your right to ask for promotion. It's not something about bragging. If you Yes, you might be lucky and have a good leader that knows and see what you are doing, and give you and recognize what you are doing. But this is not the case all the time, and we know this. This is not the case. I mean, I have 20 years of experience in it's rarely I found this kind of rarely to find this kind of line manager that he really supports and wants to see you moving forward. It's not easy, and let's be honest. In this case, you need to have your, you have your study, and you ask for your rights. You're not bragging at all. This is your right. You are doing hard. You need to get something for doing this. You need to be recognized for going extra miles. You need to be recognized for putting yourself and taking the responsibility so into yourself. Sometimes people take this work as it's their own thing, and I love it. By the way, I'm not against. Sometimes I enjoy doing my work, even working for 10 or 12 hours. When I see that there is an achievement will coming behind these efforts, I enjoy it. I even don't know about this life balancing things. I'm not it depends on how you prospect this thing, how you perceive it. It depends how you perceive it. Maybe this person likes to work for 20 hours. This is his fun, then it's fine. This is his life balance. So yeah, so you need to keep this for yourself, because you need to believe that it's your right to be recognized for what you're doing.
I 100% agree with you, but my point was because we there was a lot of time where it is your right and you worked very hard, but someone else get it, right?
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
as you said, because you waited, because you didn't ask,
Yes.
because when you move to a senior level, when you're a manager or a senior manager, to move to the next level, it's no longer about working hard. It's
Hmm.
about presenting yourself. And that's
Yes.
why I was kind of trying to get to your tricks in terms of like showcasing your work to other people who can be your sponsor, who can speak in the room where you're not available, like that kind of a thing. But I agree with you. It's your right. You have to ask for it. But we all know the corporate world. It's not a perfect world, right? So a lot of
Yeah.
time the fight goes beyond the room with your manager. And a lot of time it's not about who deserve it, but I think it's more about who fought harder for it, unfortunately. But it's actually the kind of the truth over there.
Then yeah, that's why you need to showcase, you need to talk, you need to do your best, because when you are doing and putting so much effort on your thing and you are taking it, then you need to show it. Otherwise, it's not easy. I mean, on big organization, to see each and every one what he's doing, or how he's contributing to achieve. So why not? Why not? You need also to have this mindset. Like, it's not like, I don't like this sacrifice role, like, what do you call it, like, oh, they are not treating me well, they are not seeing what I'm doing. I don't like this, because
Victim
most,
mentality.
yes, victim mentality, thank you. Yes, because sometimes if we go and be honest and with ourselves, we see that we are not doing the right thing to make them see us, or sometimes you are not putting that much of effort to make you distinguish. It's not easy to be distinguished. You need to go extra miles. We all get our salaries because we need to do something. So doing your job is not the thing, but going extra miles is the thing. So you cannot keep complaining because you are doing your job. You are paid to do your job, habibi. You are paid for that. you know it's You need to be distinguished, to get to do something different. If you want to be different, this is how it is. So people are always complaining about things, and usually I don't like this vibe of complaining. So I immediately go, have you done this? Have you tried to talk to this? What did you do? What is so special about doing your work? And they will just go, I don't know. Then why do you why do you think you'll take your salary? Because you need to do what you are doing now. But if you're going extra mile, then you have the right to talk and to speak and to show that you are different. So this is the thing, Razan.
So Shireen, I am person who work very hard
Hmm.
and I'm very good at my job, but
Hmm.
I am the put your head down and work. So I am work long hours, and I do not really promote myself. I realized that this is a mistake and I want to change it.
Hmm.
What is the first three things that I need to do? Like today, okay, خلاص, done. Starting from today, I am going I want to start promoting myself at the workplace. Where do I start? What's the first three things that I need to do?
Okay. I believe, Razan, that most of the companies have type of kind of KPIs, okay, which you can embed what you are doing into these
Okay.
things. So when you do something, and definitely there will be a performance appraisal, there will be some discussion between you and your line manager. Then this is a very important entry point to this stage. When you start to discuss this with your line manager and to show the case and to put them in your KPIs in your performance, and there is always a discussion between the line manager and his team to discuss. This is a very important way to express and to show what you are doing. It's if I'm not saying the major and the first one, okay. The second one, when you start to communicate um, the project or whatever you are doing, you need to be in the picture, Razan. You need to be in the picture somehow. You need to express your ideas. You need to say what you think about this, and this project, and how you have impact your presence has impact this project. And this will be also done through discussions, through meetings, through put your point. When you are in a meeting discussing something, you need to raise your voice and talk about it with you know, with the you know, with evidence, with facts, that I think that this will not work because of this. I think I suggest to do this and this, which will lead to this and this. You always need to articulate your job in a way of something, and the result is something. You need to show this kind of, you know, I think this, or I did this and the result was this. And there is always a lot of opportunities to express this, Razan, within the workplace, during the meeting, the conversations, the teams. And there's always a way to raise your voice and talk about something. And because you see that a lot of people, they put their ideas, their suggestions, and it will be taken by someone else, or some, it will be lost. Like, they will not know who's this person who came with this idea. This is wrong, this is your mistake, it's not their mistake. It's not their mistake to forget about your name and do your job. It's your mistake that you didn't put your name on this job. So let's stop this victim role. Put your name on whatever you do. Be responsible. And let's be honest. Sometimes people do not put their names and take the ownership because they are scared of what will happen next. And this is another point, Razan. If you are scared of taking the responsibility and the ownership, then this is no. You need to work in this first. This is not the leader. This is not someone who will. Who will progress, who will develop herself, if he doesn't have the responsibility of talking and taking the ownership of the things and putting his name on it, putting his voice onto that thing. If you are scared to do it, then this is another story. But you are willing to do it, you need to focus and to know when to mention your name and to put your ownership and responsibility of the job and take the responsibility and the risk. We all do mistakes, we all do things, and we go risky about things, but it is always a way of learning something as well. There are many
Yeah, high
traits,
risk,
and
high
this is one
return.
of them. Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, I think you need to step, like, taking the risk, and
Mhm.
even if you made a mistake, you learn from that mistake, and you do
Yes,
it
yes,
better
why
next
not?
time.
Of
Uh,
course, of course.
Toxic environment.
What is
I
it?
think everyone toxic environment. These
Mm-hmm.
days, everyone talks about toxic environment, and I think there was like I don't remember the last. I remember meeting someone who did not said that their environment is now toxic. Like, I think the word is losing. Let's be real. There is places where are very toxic for different reasons. Very competitive, very, like, there's a lot of unhealthy attitude and behavior.
Yes.
As someone who a good communicator,
Mm-hmm.
how do you usually function, or how do you communicate in such environments? Like, what's
You
the tips that
create
you
your
can give it
own.
to
You
people
create your
that are
own
in?
environment, Razan. You create your own environment,
Okay,
and
I
it
love
will
the
spread.
pragmatic way.
Yeah, you don't wait for people to
Okay.
create your environment. Create your own environment. Come with this energy, happy, good morning. And this is what I do sometimes, since long time back. When I enter the company, I just enter shouting. Honestly, 3 or 4 years back, when I just enter, good morning, how are you? And then it's contagious, Rizan. Do your own vibe, do your environment, live this way. Make people feel comfortable that you are around them. Support people. Try to show them that you are there and you are going to support them, and you need their support as well. It's not about only that. It's two ways. Even I give this recommendation, or I do it myself sometimes. If you are really having a team with you, you need to build that trust. Sometimes I reach out, what do you think of this? What do you think? Oh my God, it's a great idea. Even if it wasn't, even if it's something I already done, but I will start to give the ownership to my team so they feel like oh, we can do something, or we can give something. And and many of many of my teams, they are already on LinkedIn with me, and we have relationship since 10 years back. Any team I worked with since 10 years back, they are still in contact they contacting me. We have a very good relationship because I was trying to make this. Yeah, I was in toxic environment before. I was, I faced a lot of challenges, and people were, we're trying to put me in troubles because I'm a woman, I'm young, I'm doing it. What I'm doing is they see, but I could change this by creating my own environment, by creating my team, and then slowly it moves to other teams. People will start to reach out. Some people from different department, they will come and talk to you because they think that you will advise them or you recommend them. And slowly, it will take time, but it can move. Start with your own environment. Start with your peers, people around you. Do not give a chance to negativity to go in. There is a lot of negativity. It's not only on workplace, it's everywhere. If you want to stay in the negative area, you can stay forever. If you want to stay positive, you want to keep giving those vibes, you are helping yourself. You're not only helping them. These vibes are helping you. Through 3 weeks back, one of my colleagues, and I just newly joined the company. I mean, this function is not. And then I don't really know her very well. And she came and she said, "Can I hug you?" I said, "Oh my God, yes, you can hug me." And she said, "Your energy makes me feel good." And it was really, she made my day. And we just met for 2 weeks. She made my day. And this is how you can change the environment. It's just enjoy yourself. Be that person that loves life, that loves to help, loves to smile, loves to give those vibes, and then things will change. You cannot change everything. Let's be logical, you cannot, but people around you, it's contagious. What I think, it's smile is contagious. Good vibes, everything, you can just start it your own, and then it will move.
I love that. And but I love it. And I think I love being around people like you. And that's why I kind of started this intro with talking about your energy. But I am actually part of the other side of the spectrum. Like I have a kind of like I'm in between. Like I'm an ambivert. Like I'm not I can be very extrovert when I need it,
Uh-huh,
but
uh-huh.
it drains me, Shireen. Like after that, I would want 2 days to recharge, right? And funny
Yes.
story, a couple of years back, I had a team when I was working um, for General Motors, and I had a team, and we were like, I come in the morning, like I would be thinking, like I'm working, like in my head, there's a lot of work, right? So I will come in the morning, and I'll just say, "Hi," and I'll just sit in my desk and start working. And then one day we went out for dinner. We had a team exercise, and I always do this game with my team. What can I do better next time? Like, each one of you give me one thing I can do better. And all of them looked at each other and they were said, "Have more energy in the morning." And they were like in the morning, you don't even look at us in the eye. You just say hi and you just start working. So we don't know if you're in a good mood, bad mood. Like, so I
Yes.
for the next, I don't know, like until I left that company, I made a conscious effort when I come in the office
Yes.
is to look at everyone. Hey, how are you? How are you today? And I did it because it made people feel good. I did enjoy it sometimes, but it was
Mhm.
draining for me, right?
Yes.
So I understand it. I get it 100%. But Shireen, there's a lot of people who are introvert. There's a lot of people who don't have that energy. Like,
Yes.
how can I do that without, like, now I'm a corporate expert. Like, I can do whatever is required for me to do that.
Yeah.
But there's a lot
Uh-huh.
of people who just starting. They are introvert. They don't feel comfortable doing this. What would you say for those people?
Yeah, it's To be honest, Rizan, yeah, it's not about how long you've been working with the people, or just, yes, it's about your character. If you are an introvert person, you
Exactly.
can, yeah,
Yes.
it's not about only the vibes, Razan. By being a supportive person, you can be a very supportive person when you are an introvert, because this is completely different. So people will know that this person is
Yes.
quiet, he's so helpful, he's so, whenever you reach this person, he will help you. This is a way of also, reflecting this kind of traits for this person. It's not about just being, I am hyper person, I know this. Some people might not even like it, okay? But sometimes you need to balance it, and if you're an introvert, you need some people doesn't like this. But you, there's it's
Up
not
to them.
it's not only about your way
Not
you
my
express
problem.
yourself. No, it's being a supportive person. For me, providing support and being there for people is the most strongest impact on your environment. People will love you because you are supportive, not because you are smiley and your smiles look good. It's not about your smile and your energy only. They all come together. Whenever you add something, it will be bigger and nicer. You are supportive, you are smiley, you like to say hi, you have warm greeting. This is something. But the main thing, people need to trust you and feel that they can find you whenever they want. You provide this support, you love to help people, you love to be them. This is what really makes you different. Be a supportive person. You will gain more than others. You will really make a difference in this environment.
I love that. And I love the message you're sending. I love the fact that it doesn't matter if you're at the end of the spectrum of extroversion or
Yes,
introversion. Find the
yes,
way that you would nicely communicate with those people and have that,
yes,
like, let them know. If you are an
yes,
introvert, let them know that you
absolutely.
are an introvert. You don't mean to be rude. You don't mean to be
Yes,
ignorant. You just in your zone, and your zone is actually a green zone, not a red zone. Um,
yes,
you mentioned something about not having it easy, not being in a situation where you had to build your own environment, and it wasn't easy, but it was rewarding, and you got to
yes,
even get
yes,
other people started to hear about it. That
yes.
takes me to my next questions. How do you handle tough conversation? We know that at workplace you are down to, like, have a situation where there's a conflict, or
Mm-hmm.
there's a tough conversations that need to take place, or there's an
Mm-hmm.
argument. How do you handle these kind of conversations?
Uh, do you mean with the team or with your managers, or what type of level of arguments, or which level of conflicts?
Let's take two. I think let's take two. Let's take a conflict with your manager, and let's
Mm-hmm.
take a conflict with a peer, because I think that happens more often. Like, how do you handle a conflict with your manager, and how do you handle a tough conversation with a peer, someone who's disrespectful, or someone who's dismissive, or someone who's noisy, gossipy, whatever the situation.
Yeah. Well, actually, I wouldn't call it a conflict, Razan. I would call it discussion, an argument about something between you and your line manager. I wouldn't say a conflict. This is too harsh for the situation. You might have a point, you might have a point that you want to prove. You might have a point that you want to prove, okay? You are not in a way to impose this and say, no, you are right and you are wrong. No, the mindset should be like, we both need to find the right thing to do, not who's right and
Okay.
who's wrong. Okay? For me, we will discuss. He will try, for example, to convince me. If I am convinced, okay, fine, let's do the right thing. Okay? If not, I will I will put my words. I will say my suggestions, what I see.
What I
If if he's convinced, that's fine. If he's not and he's insisting, then we will follow the line manager. We will not go against. At the end, I did my part. I expressed everything. I show it by facts and numbers and everything. And then the manager insists to go this way. Then you follow your manager with all due to respect, and he knows that you said that before, and or you did that before. So it's a way of not a conflict, but let's discuss, see what is the best, come out of the best solution for the situation, and whatever you think is the right, let's go there. Let's do it. This is the way how I take things. I never, go into aggressive discussions with managers or even with my team. No aggressive, no need to be aggressive. Why? Even me with my team, yes, this he has less experience, but he might has a point. Let me listen to him. This is the same way I use with my team. Like,
What if the other person is the aggressive one
what will make
or
him aggressive if I am
disrespectful? How
not?
do you handle that?
But what I can't hear you.
Or
What did
disrespectful.
you say?
Let's say disrespectful.
How
I
did it
said some
start,
people are
Rizan? It
just
will not come
disrespectful.
out of nowhere that he will come as an aggressive. Even if
It
he come, let's say
definitely didn't come out of that. You
it's a
just find
two-way
yourself in a
communication.
situation like that.
Okay, fine. Let's say that you find yourself in a situation by being calm
Yeah.
and talk to the person that you don't
Okay.
need to be aggressive. You don't need. Let's discuss it. Okay, whether now, if you want to discuss it now, or let's schedule a meeting and discuss it. Scheduling a meeting with this kind of person would be a better solution from talking about it in the same time. Okay, it's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
Let's talk about it later. I have something to do now. Let's talk about it later.
Okay.
And
So
then you
diffusing
are
the
taking.
situation.
Yes. It's better not to talk, even in your personal life, Rizan. This is what I do. Like when there is a situation, people are very angry about something. They cannot see clearly the things. So give them some times to calm down, and then they can start to see clearly things that they didn't see before. So it's always, don't discuss at that time, at point of time where people are angry and aggressive. Take it slowly. It's okay. I hear you. Let's talk about this. And then, and I'll tell you a story. Do we have time? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Okay.
do.
Okay. One time,
Yeah.
okay, 5 years back, okay, 5 to 4 years back, okay, I was hired as head of marketing for one of companies, okay, and then I have like 4 to 5 uh, members in my team, and then I started the first day. They told me that this is the person who's doing this, and this is and this the old the one who has been there for the oldest time. I mean, the oldest period of time. He was he was a very popular guy there, and he's very helpful, supportive to some people and this, but they have some conflicts between them and the team. And I heard about this, so I called each and every one of the team separately. I talked to the guy and I called him. Imagine, he thinks that he should be promoted for very for since a long time back, but he was not, and blah blah blah. And then I called him and I said, hi, this is me, I'll be this and this. You know what the first thing he did? He was holding some documents. He put them on on my table, and he said, these are the records. If you want anything, call me. I will come to you and explain. And he was so aggressive, the way you would say, he was so aggressive. And I said, okay, I see something is coming. So I asked him to sit and tell me what exactly do you do? What do you think about the team? Or how? And I will need your help to help me understand and everything. And the poor guy, he started to talk, and he was so frustrated. he was, carrying a very heavy load on his chest, and he was really frustrated. The guy has been there for like 10 or 15 years without a promotion. They've been just increasing his salary, and they have not promoted, and he's literally the main member on the team. And I really felt him at that time, and I felt so sad about this. Then I said, I promise you, this is one of my priorities, to find out what is about. Believe me, Razan, the minute he worked, he was completely different person. He was a different person. And what I did, that I put them in projects with, they have some conflicts between them. So I put these two people who has some issues in one project, and I asked them to sit with me and let's do this and let's do that. And believe it or not, Razana, I still have the paper. The sales, if we are talking about the impact of communication and leading the people, the sales went 30%, more 30% in 3 months. In 3 months, the increase of the sales were 30% in 3 months. When these people came together and worked together and loved what they want what they want. So it's not about the environment only. It's about outcomes, about revenue, about everything related on how those people feel and work. How do they want to produce? How are they productive? Do they come without feeling bad that they are coming to work or not? It's a huge thing, Razan. It's a huge thing. And from that time, I mean, we travel together. They have good connections with me. They have good connection with each other. They respect each other. There was a huge miscommunication between them. I could understand what is the problem. I found that he has something as well. He has a problem, and I talked to him. Listen, your problem is one, two, three. You need to work on these. Maybe they didn't tell you this, but these are your problems. If you want to develop at work, then you need to work on these points, and I will help you. But if you didn't, then you will not get any promotions. And I think you know now why the reason. He respected that very much, Razan. He respected the way I communicated his weak points to him. And now at least he works with the relief that there is something I need to work on, but they didn't tell me that. They didn't tell me that there's some weak points on me. I could have worked on them. They were just giving him salary increase and not giving him promotions because they weren't clear with him. They didn't help them to even work on his weak points. This is a way of creating the environment. At least don't make people frustrated why they are not getting this. Be clear with them. Be a leader. Talk to them. Help them to move forward, not just to stop and let them do what they want to do.
I love that. I love the fact that it's sometimes just people want to be heard. Like they just want to get the chance
Yeah.
to be listened to. And sometimes people at a conflict, when you put them together to do something together and be very careful of how you bring them together, they might actually produce a way, way, way better result.
Yes.
Um, Shireen,
Yes.
today at the workplace, you just with the war, you went to a new country, you worked for a full year there. Now
Mhm.
you're moving to another country with a new
Mhm.
role, with a new department, doing a new stuff.
Yeah.
When you join a new job or a new
Mhm.
organization, what
Mhm.
are the things that you usually do at the first couple of weeks or couple of months that set the stage for your presence in the company?
Listen well. You need to observe. You need to listen. You need to see. On the first 3 weeks, you don't have to do anything. You just have to read. Don't do anything on the first 3 weeks. Do your job. Start to do your job. I mean, focus on doing your job, but you need to read the environment around you. You need to read the people. You need to listen. You need to see, to figure out the how you will reach out to this person, how the best way, to respect them, not to offend them, to what is the what this person likes, what he doesn't like, and just to be in a safe place, you need to create the safe place where people like you, and but you are far away. It's just you are not trying to interfere on their areas. You are being nice, supportive person away from them, and give them that space. You don't be so into the people, so they will be, it might feel them insecure that someone just came yesterday and he just, sometimes it's not an easy to accept an extrovert person. So calm down, be a nice person, have your smile on or whatever, good morning, you sit down, but be listener more than speaker. Listen a lot. You need to listen the first months, you need to listen. And then based on what you listen, you create the foundation on how to treat, how to be a proactive, or how to be, to put an impact or value in this environment, or how you will add on this environment, because it's different from each place to different place, to team, to company. It's completely different. So for you, first thing you need to know, to understand where are you, people around you, and then accordingly you will figure out how to be in this area, how to respect other, and make people respect you as well.
So that's from a listening perspective. But what else can I do to make a good impression? Not work related, character related.
Yeah, to make a good impression is to be a confident person. When you enter this company, you know what you want. You want what you are, why you are here. You are here to do your job. Enter with confidence. Don't talk a lot. I'm against talking a lot, despite that I've been speaking for 1.5 hours now, but talk less, listen more.
I'm keeping you talking.
But
Don't
just be
worry,
that
it's on
person.
me this time.
No, no. Yeah, it's on you. No, but it is, have this vibe. It's nice to have this vibe, the confidence, the good vibes, the positivity. You are there, have your smile on, introduce yourself. It's a very good way, Razan, to introduce. It's very impactful when you come approach people. Hey, it's me, Shireen. I'm this son. It can change the game, by the way. And it happened to me many times. Like I meet people, and I just bump in. Hi, it's me, Shireen. I'm new here. How are you? Who are you? Okay, and it helped me a lot to break the ice in many organizations, many companies. Don't wait for people to reach out to you. Just bump in and say, hi, it's me, Shireen. I'm new here. How are you? What do you do? You need to be that person to give a good impression that, oh, she's nice. She approached us and she's so humble. She's blah, blah, blah. You will create this impression. And then from that on, be a good listener, prepare for, just I'm fasting, Razan. You know this, yeah? Start
No, but I think I love
follow
what
my
you said
social.
about introducing yourself. One thing, there's a lot of really good stuff that you learn when you join Google. One of the things and it's a habit, that when you first join the company, everyone is expecting you to put a coffee chat with them. And so people who join Google, they call them Nooglers. So you are not officially a Googler. For 6 months, you're a Noogler, right?
Okay.
So what is there is like a kind of a culture that no one says no to.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go to anyone and send them a message saying, "Hi, I'm Rizan. I newly joined the company and I would love
Mm-hmm.
to have a coffee chat with you." And
Mm-hmm.
I did this, like I literally made a list. When I got to know about this, it's like, wow. So I
Mm-hmm.
actually made a list of people in the team, people that I'm going to be working with, people that I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to collaborate with. I literally, I'm the queen of Excel sheets. So I just had an Excel sheet with all of those people. And
Uh-huh.
whenever I had that coffee chat, it was always about them, trying to, how long you been in the company? What do you
Yes.
do? And I
Mm-mm.
kind of
Yeah.
asked each one of them one question. I'm new. What would be your tip for me in the company? Or
Yes.
where can I get this information?
Yes. It's
And
a very good point.
believe me,
Yes.
when you ask people for help or
Mm-hmm.
tips, when you give
Yes.
very specific ask, they share amazing information with you.
Yes.
By the end of
100%.
like the
100%.
2 3 months, I had a lot of inside information from those people. So I love what you said about just go to people, don't wait for people to come to you,
Yes.
go to them,
Yes.
ask them
Yes.
for help and support.
Yes.
So
Hundred
Shireen,
percent.
we're almost there. So we're almost there. We got like a couple of minutes left. So I want to squeeze two questions in these kind of like couple of minutes. One
Okay.
question is, how did mentorship and sponsorship play the role in your career success? Did it play any role? Or it's if yes, how did it help you?
Uh, it wasn't a direct mentorship, and
Okay.
it wasn't a direct official, but definitely there is always someone behind me. There's always
Okay.
someone that go back to, what do you recommend me? What do you think of this? And how can I do this? We don't. It's uh, everyone, Razan, should understand that we don't know everything in the world. There is always something that is missing. Okay, and from
Mm.
different. I mean, it should be with longer experience, or should be, no, he might not be, but he has this kind of mindset and mentality that you see or you think that he will help you. That has to be a consultation and someone around you to talk to, because we are human beings, we do mistakes, and we do need sometimes some people to boost our confidence and to tell us, no, you're good, you are doing it, you can do this, I trust you. Believe me, no matter how confident we are, Razan, no matter how great you are, you will need this word that you can do it, Razan, you can do it, Shireen, go ahead. This is a very important thing that you need to hear from time to time. That's why keep someone who knows you very well around you that you can go back to and ask and consult. So for me, it wasn't like an official direct mentorship, but there was always someone behind me that I go and ask and check. And I 100% encourage to have this kind of mentorship or consultation, some consultant, someone you go back to and ask.
I love that. And I think it's also important for us to be that for people. Like, I think
Yes.
the world, there's one of the rules of the world is the reciprocation. So you need to be a cheerleader to people. You need to
Yes.
be someone when people come to you, give them that confidence in themselves. Find something. You don't need to bullshit them. You don't need to lie to them, but
Yes. Yes.
really,
Right.
really focus, listen and see through and give them that word of encouragement, and you will get
It's so
your turn
helpful,
as well.
Rasam. It's
Shireen,
so helpful
today
both ways.
in yeah, I agree with you 100%. So Shireen, today in the workplace, what do you think the number one thing that holds us as women back when it comes to having a voice and talking about ourselves and building a place for ourselves? What do you think the number one thing that holds us back?
Ah, do you mean like an external factor or internal factor or something with yourself or with others, or what do you
Matter.
think?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like in general, what do you think is holding us back?
Well, I think that if there is a holdback, that we are holding ourselves back. It's with the person himself. She is
Okay.
holding herself back. There is no way that someone or something is holding you back from talking, from speaking, from raising your voice. It's about, if you want to speak up, you can speak up. You can be confident and speak up and pick the right time to speak up. But there's nothing, I don't see that nowadays there is something that holds the women not to speak or not to talk. We are not in that world anymore. So, ladies, beautiful
Mhm.
ladies, strong women, they need to work on themselves. They need to know how powerful they are. I mean, look at us. We are women. We have families, we have kids, we have to cook, we have to clean, we do great work, we do numbers, we reach out. You see women doing, guys, you're a miracle, you know. It's just like, for me, like, if women should know how strong they are. You are doing like two, three, four roles in the same time, and you still look beautiful, you still look happy, you still go out, you enjoy your time. It's just how to uh what do we call it, like, how to direct these strengths on the right place. I mean, putting this energy, this strengths of multitasking or doing hundreds things at the same time on the right place, focusing on your objective, knowing this, you will go, you will fly, you will just do something unbelievable. It's just the distraction between the things, and feeling like you cannot do it or you are very weak to do this. It is something with ourselves we need to work on. And once it is done and you reach the point that you are unbeatable, then you are unbeatable. You can do anything else.
Love that. Love that. So any final words? I know you just delivered the strongest words, but anything else that you would want to share with the people who are listening to us today, Shiri?
How many are to us? I can see.
I can't see them as well because they are on the other platform, but we have a
Okay.
lot of people, and I kind of like, I'm looking at the chat, and there is a lot of really nice comments from a lot of people who are saying
That's
they're
nice.
very
I'm so
proud
glad.
of you.
Oh, no, I'm so glad to hear this.
They really enjoying the conversation. You had a customer who's searching for you, so you need to get back to that person.
Customer?
And
Okay.
there's is trying to get hold of you.
I can't hear.
And we had one question earlier, but I think we already answered that question. So yeah, like kind of, and we have people who are also sharing their own um, uh, addition to and their own take of the conversation. We have May, who's talking about how to be a self-starter and how important the culture, the environment, your positivity, and how you are like fixing, like up to fixing the toxic environment, and then just create your own environment. So final words today.
Oh, final words. Uh, we are much stronger than what we think. Believe me, this is something I give myself as an example all the time, Razan. This is my storytelling, part that I do. If I could
Okay.
make this, then every woman and girl could do it, because what I've been through in my life was truly difficult with two kids, being a separated woman. I mean, being a single mother, going out of the war, I mean, I cannot even describe how situation was difficult. Taking care of my mother, taking care of my kids, studying at the same time, doing my job, working like 13 to 14 hours a day, still going to the school and doing the homeworks and getting back. And if I could do this, and I see myself moving forward, not yet reach my objective, then everyone can do it. Every woman can do it. Every young girl without kids, and if you want my kids, I can give it. I can give them to you, for a trial. Try to stay with kids and see how lucky you are, how happy you are, how much you can enjoy your life. If I could do it with two kids, then young ladies, get up and do it. You can do anything you want.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And I like shout out to all the strong women out there. May we be them, may we raise them, and maybe we like connect with them. I can't remember the rest of the quote. But I'm very proud of you, and if you're not, well done, Shireen. Like as you said, it's easy to make it through all of that, taking care of all of that, being a single mom, a teenager, which shocked me. MashaAllah, MashaAllah, I didn't know that. But
Yes.
yeah, moving to a new country, taking care of your mom, studying, and doing all of that while maintaining a smile on your face and still being able to step into a room and creating a magnetic energy field and making people feel your energy. And I think that's what a superwoman is.
Thank you.
And keep being Shireen, keep bringing amazing energy to the spaces where you are, and to every woman and every girl and every little girl and even the men, because the men, like, we are their sisters, their wives, their mothers, their girlfriends, and their even colleagues at the workplace. And I think a lot of things apply to all. I think also men, I think the time of them just being that toxic and sorry, masculine and not speaking
Yeah,
about that.
it's
I think
different.
there's a lot of men, especially with the war, they're doing an amazing work every day. They're holding not only one family, families, right?
Mhm.
And
Yes,
they're
yes,
working and they have kids and they have and
yes.
like, and at least we women kind of get to vent about it. Sometimes men even don't get that chance to vent about it. So to all the people who are carrying a lot and doing a lot, well done. Give yourself a high five today. And Shireen, thank you so much for joining me today. I
Thank you, Razan.
really
It was, yeah, great, great,
conversation.
great discussion.
And
Yes, very
thank you
wonderful.
for doing it. Almost the azan is very close.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
thank you for everyone who joined us today.
Oh, Razan, thank you so much. It was a
Thank you for
great.
everyone who joined us today. And
Bye bye. Thank you, everyone.
no,
Thank
you were
you. Thank
saying
you, Razan.
something.
It was great. It was great to be here. Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone.